woman's part? He's a macho, he's a fang, goes in suits and goes in rags. He is humble, but he brags that he likes to dress and drag. Tomatoes are his friends, he never stoops and always burns. He's got a dildo in his hand, he never acts, he just pretends. To the left, he's to the right, he's decadent and anchorite. He likes his wine and vodka chill, prefers his girlfriends take the pill. It's what he wants to when he will, regrets it later, if at all. Rejects the idea of a fall, man. Thinks that flesh is very holy, likes to chase it down with Stoli. He's a pagan, academic, major flaws. He's a romantic, never works, he's always sick. Likes to pump the bad stick, we think it's just a nervous tick. He's crazy, but he values reason, thinks that ideology's treason, values mostly animal passions, love and lust and cannibalism, says propriety is a prison, often makes him very crude. No pissing your mouth if you're in the mood. He's well-versed in feminist theory, he's stubborn, he's very wary, thinks that censorship is scary, kind of Melberry, like a Plato's a priori, or a math without a story. Fuck you, your battery thing. You fuck you, F you, loser, win. He celebrates all his fantasy, likes his thumbs, papers, and his nipples pierced with sewing pins, and does it all for drinking. He calls it cold religion. His eyes are bright, his eyes are dim. He'll for a 5, he'll for a 10, come on. He'll for you 5 and 10 again. He'll never pay you back, my friend. We like him till he's crude. We think the good he's got his healthy thing for sluggish blood. He braces up in the neighborhood, be like a house that's painted bright. Stick and stumble home to them at night. It takes so long to get it right. You find the right house painted white. So, we consecrate those who join no contest, set no pace, wear it all masked upon their face. On older whiskey by the case, who sit at home and masturbate to a photo of the human race.
Yes. Set the pace, mask upon your face, and order things. Buy the case and stuff them in there, and masturbate to a photo.
The human race.
drips heavy, laden with honey nectar, glistening lust, sweat, dewdrop, and warm sun.
Oh, spring, since there's no help, come let us kiss and part. May I have done you care no more of me, and I'm glad, yeah, glad with all my heart it does. With all myself can free, shake hands forever, 'cause I'm on my own. And when we meet, anything we can see. Our eyebrows that we one shot of former love routine. Bodies fall from the sky. The tall Hindenberg, that reason why. Who's very smooth, not fuzzy, puts the air, hairy bags of water, luck from luck, put so toe head in mud unstuck. Oh, birdies hate laugh if they could. A ship scene, best knock on wood. Zeppelin breast, big mama queen, goofy sky tip, you're my dream. Reach the shoes, picking out of the sun. What's this, my kishka, my whoosh? Bodies fall from the sky. The intel Hindenberg, the reason why. Who's very smooth, not fuzzy, puffy. rust, big mama queen, go distracted, you're my dream.
About sincerity, about his ideas, his plans, how one should share honesty, secrets and dreams. They all seem real and truthful. Then there was a change. Everyone knew except me. His ideas turned into hypocrisy. There was hidden secret. His eyes were turning away. Then one day I found out. I walked into the room, and there was someone else in my place. I was struck by a severe love-hate complex of confusion. Should I beg or pull out my knife? A tremendous energy, shattering, nerves reaching, and I kicked him and I asked why. He said he loved his guitar better and that the other body was only a body. I couldn't comprehend. I carried the numbness. I drove my truck and my heart. My head hurt. My heart dropped out of my body. There was a sword fight in my stomach. 3 of the swords managed to find my heart and stab it 3 times. 3 times. 3 times. The number of despair and tormented. My nerves were shattering and I screamed endlessly. I realized I had been following nothing and dying within. Oh, there is no love. There is no hope. The pain was overwhelming. I could hardly walk. I found myself crawling amongst the worms, dwelling in the gutter filled with worms. Worms. Tie me up, beat me, punish me. That's all it ever was, nothing but punishment. It warped my senses, my feelings. There is no love for me. I stared at the walls for 3 months. 3 months. 3 months in another atmosphere. I never came back. I found my spirit took me to a place no one has ever been. In another atmosphere, I learned to alleviate the pain. The pathetic, vulnerable being that was eating worms, allowing worms to crawl under my skin. I became the child I used to be when I dreamed myself a neutral. There is no human for me. I belong to the world of Ijiji. Could it be that I might enter the 7th gate and be devoured by the monster so that I could die forever? Never to know this procession of death that we call life. Take me to the other side. So many times I feared the crack of dawn. It was at that time I could see with light between night and day, between wake and sleep, between black and white, between dark and light. The transient state where time is endless, where the entities roam, where the ghosts of other dimensions look around, remembering their time as we live ours. So many times I feared the risk of never coming back to the real world. I fear no more. When my quest is finished, when I am no longer chained to the clock, I will go willingly, because love only exists when I die.
You're listening to Cecilia Plus Minus along with Lizzie Wilcox live here in studio, giving the audience a real beating tonight. Another theme with death. Cecilia, you out there? Do you have any songs that are do we have any things that are of a more genuinely uplifting nature? I mean, this is pretty intense stuff.
Just very alive, being kicked Creationism and evolution? As if something happened outside of the realms of time, right?
What?
Creationism is more of a mythological thing, and mythological things create, like, the wonderment in a child's mind is beyond time.
Like fire is red.
Come back. Well, I can understand that. You could have been under the influence of some hallucinogenic. I remember when I used to smoke, I saw my life in a flower where I existed. Come back. Flower where I existed. Come back. Come back. The nature of reality, the nature of reality, and be philosophical and include science and let our minds dance through the universe and have fun. The nature of reality, the nature of reality, the nature of reality, the nature of reality, the nature of reality.
Talking to me. Picture postcard poses, Miss America collections roses, an unofficial smile for the camera. What's the difference between Smut and Glamour? Sexually based on TV, sluts on billboards and wink at me. Politician on screen, what is art and what's obscene? Someone crap in the mainstream, an executive's cash win dream. A pretty girl with a gleam in her eye, watching her product, she wants you to buy. Who gives a fuck about the First Amendment? I sing a song to defend it. It's my opinion, so I express it before someone tries to suppress it.